They chose her because she looked easy. The new girl, quiet, unassuming, still wearing boots that hadn't yet learned the dust of the base. The laughter started behind her back, then grew bolder, sharper, until it became deliberate. What they didn't know, what no one on that base knew yet, was that the woman they were targeting would soon outrank every single person watching. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who is listening. Lieutenant Sarah Hale kept her eyes forward as she crossed the tarmac, the sun pressing down like a weight. The air smelled of fuel and hot metal, the kind of place where reputations were forged quickly and mistakes lasted forever. She felt the looks before she heard the words. The whispers, the testing laughter. New arrivals always got measured, but something about her made them push harder. She didn't fit their expectations. Too calm, too polite, no visible edge. Inside, Sarah felt the familiar tightening in her chest. Not fear, she had long since learned how to live with that, but disappointment. She had hoped, foolishly perhaps, that this place might be different, that rank and professionalism would speak louder than ego. Instead, the old ritual unfolded again. See who bends, see who breaks. She reminded herself why she was here, why secrecy mattered, why revealing too much too soon could poison everything she was meant to change. The harassment escalated subtly. Equipment moved. Assignments shifted without notice. Snide comments slipped into a briefing. Nothing overt enough to report, just enough to isolate. Sarah absorbed it all in silence, every slight landing like dust on already tired shoulders. At night, alone in her temporary quarters, she allowed herself moments of doubt. Was this worth it? Could she truly lead people who didn't yet know how to respect her? She thought of the appointment letter sealed in her bag. Incoming Base Admiral. The weight of it felt unreal, even to her. The real test came during a live-fire exercise. A minor mistake, intentional or not, put Sarah in a dangerous position, rounds cracking far too close for comfort. She hit the ground hard, heart pounding, breath shallow. Someone laughed over comms. Someone else said she shouldn't have been there in the first place. For just a second she considered ending the charade, standing up, naming herself. Forcing silence, she didn't. Instead, she adapted. Her movements became sharper, her commands quieter but undeniable. She corrected angles, rerouted paths, stabilized the chaos without raising her voice. Slowly, grudgingly, the team began responding. Not out of respect, out of necessity. By the time the exercise ended, no one was laughing. Still resentment lingered. People don't like realizing they misjudged someone, especially when it exposes something ugly in themselves. The announcement came the next morning. Personnel were ordered into formation beneath a cloudless sky. Murmurs rippled through the ranks. A change of command briefing. Unexpected. The base commander stepped forward, voice steady, formal. Sarah stood at the edge of the formation, heart beating louder with every word. Effective immediately, the commander said. This base will fall under new leadership. A pause. Long enough to stretch nerves thin. Admiral Sarah Hale. The air changed. Heads turned. Eyes widened. Whispers froze mid-breath. The same people who had mocked her, sidelined her, tested her limits now, stared as she stepped forward. Posture straight, expression calm. Some faces drained of color. A few couldn't look at her at all. Sarah felt the moment settle like gravity. Not triumph, not vengeance, just clarity. She addressed them without accusation, without bitterness. She spoke about standards, about responsibility, about the difference between strength and cruelty. Her voice carried not authority alone, but something harder to dismiss: fairness. The moral tension was unmistakable. Should she punish them? Make examples? Expose every slight? She chose another path. She acknowledged the behavior, named it, and offered something rarer than discipline: a chance to do better. Not everyone deserved it, but the base did. Over the following weeks, change rippled outward, policies tightened, accountability sharpened. Some were reassigned, some resigned. Others surprised themselves by growing. Sarah watched it all with quiet resolve, aware that leadership wasn't about revealing power, it was about how you used it once everyone knew. One evening, as the sun dipped low and the base settled into unfamiliar calm, A young recruit approached her hesitantly, apologized, thanked her, admitted he'd never seen strength handled that way before. Sarah smiled gently, the tension easing from her shoulders at last. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And the woman they once targeted as the new girl stood exactly where she belonged, not above them but ahead of them, guiding the path forward. If this story moved you, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters here. Subscribe to Whispered Words for more cinematic stories about quiet power, earned respect, and the moments that reveal who we truly are.